The Nintendo Switch is one of the most popular consoles Nintendo has ever produced, with a wide variety of games to choose from and plenty of unique features. We've already gotten to play new entries across the Zelda, Super Mario, and Pokemon series on Nintendo Switch, but there's still plenty of great games on the way for the hybrid console. This includes exclusive games developed internally by Nintendo, as well as third-party titles and ports of games that are also available on other platforms. Not all upcoming video games make their way to Switch, but plenty do. Here's our list of the best upcoming Nintendo Switch games for 2025 and beyond. Of course, some titles without release windows could skip the Switch entirely and wind up on the Nintendo Switch 2, or whatever it ends up being called. And if you're looking at all upcoming video games across every console, don't forget to check out what's coming on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and the PC this year. These games are set to launch in 2025. Of course, these titles might have something to do with the Nintendo Switch 2. Tables of the Shire. Ever watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy and spend the whole time wondering what those other hobbits are up to back in the Shire while there's a war going on for the future of Middle-earth? That's what Tales of the Shire is here for. Live the cozy life of a hobbit in the wonderfully serene landscape of the Shire. Discover, decorate, and share in this idyllic corner in the world. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Donkey Kong Country Returns was originally released on the Wii and later came on the 3DS. The Nintendo Switch remaster finds the middle ground between the two, as it has both local co-op and additional levels from the 3DS release. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Cozy life and adventure game featuring all sorts of characters from Hello Kitty and friends. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is making the jump from mobile to the Switch in early 2025. Create a unique Sanrio-style original avatar and befriend iconic Sanrio characters like Kuromi, Botsmaru, Cinnamoroll, Choco Cat, and Agretsuko. Share gifts, complete quests, and take part in island activities to deepen your bonds. Spruce up cabins to attract new visitors from among Hello Kitty's many friends. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. First teased back in 2017, we finally got a good look at Metroid Prime 4 Beyond in 2024. We still don't know much about the game, but we have seen some gameplay footage showing Samus as she enters a fortress under siege. We see her spar against Sylix, who seems to be using Metroids for something. This title is set to release sometime in 2025. Pokemon Legends Z to A. We don't know a lot about Pokemon Legends Z to A yet, but we know it'll take players back to Lumio City, which was first featured in Pokemon X and Y. Fans speculate that the digital and futuristic style of the trailer is hinting at the game being set in the future, contrasting with how Pokemon Legends Arceus was set in the past, but this is all just theorizing. Sid Meier's Civilization 8. Another installment in Sid Meier's Civilization is coming in 2025. We still don't know a lot about what changes and improvements this entry will include compared to previous titles, but it will surely allow for world domination in some fashion. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster, Gate Rune, and Dunon Unification Wars. This is a bundle that remasters to the most unique and beloved RPGs from the PS1. These two games stood apart from other games at the time by letting you gather an army of over 100 units while attempting to rebel against the evil ruler of the land. Each game has its own hero, character, plot, and progression, but they work perfectly as a pair. The new graphics look great, and the gameplay is deep and highly tactical. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. The Switch basically took every game of note we all missed on the Wii U and gave them a fresh port, but one that was oddly missing with Xenoblade Chronicles X. This game was almost unbelievable to see running on a Wii U, so having it on the Switch will finally let more people see how impressive this RPG is. Besides visuals and scope, this new edition will have more story elements and other improvements. If you like open-world RPGs and mechs, don't miss this game for a second time. Professor Layton and the New World of Steam. Set 1 year after Professor Layton and the Unwound Future, a new mystery has drawn Layton and Luke into Steam Bison. While the game will follow the same point-and-click format, it will also be the first time the series has gone 3D. The series has already proven to be a fantastic detective and mystery series, so we're sure this next one will be just as riveting. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. After a string of incredibly hard 3D action games, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is going back to the series' roots with a classic 2D 8-bit style throwback title. This game is coming from the team that made Blasphemous, which was an amazing 2D Metroidvania, and gives us a lot of confidence in this new game living up to the legacy of the NES classics. This is one that new and old fans will likely have a blast with. And here are some Switch games with no release window. All we know about them is that they're in development. Most of them are probably a few years away from launch. Hollow Knight Silksong TBD 2025. One of 2017's absolute best games is getting a sequel in Hollow Knight Silksong, and it's headed to Nintendo Switch sometime in the future. It'll take the stunning visuals, Metroidvania gameplay, and atmosphere of the original Hollow Knight and put you in the shoes of Hornet, a princess who's tasked with protecting Hallownest. Silksong was announced in 2022, and we haven't gotten much of an update on its development. But hopefully, we won't have to wait much longer. If it's half as good as the original, we're all in for a treat. Project Bloom 2026. The only thing we know about the mysterious Project Bloom is that Pokemon creator Game Freak's developing it, and it appears to be set in ancient Japan. This project isn't set to launch until early 2026, so it'll be a while before we really know what it'll look like. Haunted Chocolatier. We don't know a lot about Haunted Chocolatier yet. The developer Concerned Apes' follow-up to Stardew Valley is easily the most anticipated cozy game in development right now. Haunted Chocolatier begins with the player starting up a chocolate shop while living in a haunted castle in the middle of a snowy community. The player will need to seek out a wide variety of ingredients and alliances to make the best chocolate possible and ultimately reach success. Right now, only a PC release has been mentioned officially, but Stardew Valley was eventually released on all platforms, and we don't see why this title would be treated any differently.